Hello. Here, in the aftermath of Platefall, with Clark and Nick, Clark heads for Aerith's house, while we discuss the hole in the sky. Enjoy. You want to know something even greater? Can you guess where Jesse's parents lived?
On that one.
Yep.
Yep. Is there going to be some plot armor thing where somebody magically survived this giant fall, or what?
There's only one way to find out.
Oh, I'm totally fine because I was in a pillow factory when the plate fell over, and now I'm fine now. Oh yeah, the city. Let's go. Let's get going through this mess, I guess.
Yep. This mess, that's for certain.
Hey! Anybody out there?
Barrett! I think I hear him up ahead.
I don't want to see your hair.
Hey! Can anybody hear me?
It just went that way. Where's the...
There's
we go.
Tifa.
We're gonna push this, right?
Here goes.
And push!
Marlene's not dead, though.
He doesn't know that.
No, he doesn't.
Witch! Jesse!
But most of those are,
Actually dead.
God damn it! God damn you! God damn you all! Marlene. Marlene.
It was us. We did this.
No. You can't think like that. Whatever came before it was Shinra that pulled the trigger today.
that is true.
Well,
Am I
yeah.
right?
Ultimately, it was the Shinra guy who pushed the button. Don't blame yourself. That's not how this works.
Yeah.
Hold on to this anger, okay?
Stay angry. Alright, that shouldn't be hard.
Yeah.
Barrett. Marlene's fine.
Huh?
Aerith found her.
Aerith. Is that the girl they took?
Yeah. That's her.
So she's not dead.
The hell's
In
going
theory.
I asked Aerith to find Marlene and take her somewhere safe.
Because we knew this was going to happen.
on? And she did? You sure?
Well,
Hey,
I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure.
yeah, that's a lot to go off of in this situation.
I'm pretty sure your daughter's not dead. That's great.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That's... yeah. Don't you just love half reassurances like that?
Yeah, see, these guys are somehow okay.
Well, because they were standing outside.
I didn't really think that.
Well, they're standing outside... Wait. Oh.
This is outside Sector 7.
Oh, yeah, that's... See, there's daylight in Sector 7.
Yeah, that's also a... yeah, I mean, if you keep going, you can get an even better view of that.
So all these guys somehow didn't get hit by flying rocks.
Because it was Sector 7, not the surrounding sectors.
Well, right. But if Sector 7 falls apart, I'm guessing that the rocks will bounce a bit farther than, you know, right next to the boundary. But yeah, see, we got nighttime now.
That's just horrifying.
Yep. And we're supposed to look past that for, you know, revenge purposes.
I said, where you going?
Aerith's house. It's in the Sector 5 slums.
And that's where Marlene is?
Presumably.
Where we hope she is.
Tell me she is. Give me something to hang on to.
All right.
Even if she's not, I won't blame you for it, I swear.
Really?
Right. Yeah, sure.
Kidding. I'd probably try to tear your head off.
Hey, Tifa. Know anything about ancients?
Is Catboy one of them?
I've heard of them at least.
At least I don't think so.
They come up in planetology books. Meant to be the original stewards of the planet. Could even commune with it, talk to it and stuff.
The only thing I know about Catboy is
Must be
its
why the
name.
Turks wanted her so badly.
Ah.
In my veins flows the blood of ancients. This planet is my birthright.
Sure it is. Sephiroth, join the party.
You have
And then
failed
killed
again,
everyone.
But they can't see anything.
But through suffering, you will grow strong.
Thanks there, Seph. I really needed that.
Isn't that what you want?
Cloud?
And you can't say, I think I saw a ghost, because then they'd think it was, you know, one of the other ghosts.
I can't help but wonder why... You know, Cloud's had these episodes before in, like, Tifa's presence, or even, like, Barrett's or Aerith's, and
Wouldn't
nobody
she
has
figure
ever
it out?
commented on it. It's just like, Cloud, are you okay? It's just like, you didn't see him have a weird episode like he did, granted, like a day ago, but still.
Wow, well I can't listen to all of you people at
Good
once.
jobs, probably. Just focus on seeing Marlene again. Nothing else.
Well, I can't move. There we go. Supergirls!
How you hanging, Nick?
Literally hanging from the ceiling to avoid one of these
Music.
robots.
Did you find what you were looking for?
Thanks to you, I did.
Good.
Right.
Now never let it go again.
What did I find?
Well, remember he helped you bust in to get Tifa?
Oh, yeah.
Hey there, we're a pharmacy.
So he's
but
basically
we stock
subtly
lots of
implying never let her go again.
Yeah? I gotta buy this music. Oh, I already own this music. I should get... No, those mega potions are expensive. Is this the same wall market as before, or is it?
Yes.
What I mean is, like, maybe it's modified because, like, half of it got hit by flying rocks.
Compared to Sector 7, we're doing fine. But that's hardly an accomplishment.
Thanks, madam. Alright.
Is it true that Sector 7's pretty much destroyed?
What do you mean, is it true? Look up.
Is it true that Sector 7's pretty much destroyed?
Yeah.
Your answer's right there. I wonder where Sector 7 is.
Is it true that Sector 7's pretty much...
You guys run into Jesse at the pillar?
Yeah. Big
Yeah.
They were both in pretty bad shape.
No, you're supposed to tell Barrett. Fine. Everything is fine. Yeah. Wedge got out and then got hit by a flying house.
Falling house.
Falling is just flying for a short time. Can I? No.
We're flying with style.
Yeah. Falling with style. Look at that. In all this death and destruction, at least I got this random piece of jewelry.
That I forget what it does. Oh, it's a chocobo.
Robot.
Come on now.
Chocobo!
No need to be afraid.
No, the chocobo's scared.
Yeah, I would be too, but that's not the guy I talked to earlier.
No.
Thinking, y'all.
It's one of his employees,
We
though.
gotta go find the others.
Huh?
Yeah.
Who don't look for them, who will?
Right.
Hey, Cloud. Gonna need your help with it, too.
Right.
Let's get your daughter first.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go find them. Let's go bury them.
And then...
If they aren't buried already.
Right. Yeah, I don't think they need to be buried.
That's the wrong way.
I was thinking maybe I could just get distracted for a little bit and get some free stuff, but
Kim
no!
doesn't want you to get distracted right now.
It's a VW bus.
Yes. I mean, probably not a VW bus, but...
Same kind of thing. Hey, look, random people to talk to.
VW-esque bus.
Yeah.
It is a joke. April Fools.
Something's not right with the world today. That's a
What does this
statement.
mean for Midgar's future? Well, its population has suddenly dropped by about 1/8.
The city's population has dropped by 1/8. The world, on the other hand, probably didn't notice it at all.
Yeah.
Probably not.
This is Sector 5, right? So where's this place you said Marlene is?
In other related news...
It's a house on the other side of town.
Well, come on then. Pick up the pace.
I'm going as fast as you are.
In other related news, the Midgar's construction industry is headed upwards. Hey, look, Chicken Boy.
Along with any damage mitigation.
Right. If you're in the
Then again,
construction
what
industry right
damage
now, you
mitigation?
have your work cut out for you.
Or do you?
Well, assuming they want
Because
to.
if you're owned by Shinra, I mean, they
well,
brought
right,
this
Shinra
thing down
doesn't
in the
want
first
anything
place.
fixed.
Why would they want to fix this?
Breaking news, that thing you saw right here, we're going to take pictures of it. Like you haven't seen it already.
mean, wouldn't they
You mean like
just...
that other plate that dropped decades ago that they didn't fix?
Yeah.
Right.
They built another one, but they didn't really care about the rubble.
What do you mean, did a plate really? It's right there!
Even though you probably can't see it from the shop, you must have heard it.
You're right. Well, I mean...
It would have sounded like a blasted earthquake.
Even if you didn't hear it.
I mean, probably the entirety of Midgar probably heard it.
Yeah.
Along with any nearby settlements.
I don't know, I'll just...
Maybe you can only sell the things that are unequipped. Maybe. I don't know.
It's just too dangerous these days not to keep a weapon at your side.
Yeah, okay, let's...
Yeah. I mean, yes.
But, like, not the kind of danger you could fix with,
And then I also could notice the weapons that he has behind him, which are like...
pretty big.
Tank-slaying weapons.
Yeah, so let's take the bulletproof... No.
Like massive
How do I take
RPGs
the
and
bulletproof
rocket launchers.
vest off without putting something else on?
You can't without putting something else on.
Okay, there you go. So now I have an unequipped...
Did a plate really fall?
Yes, dude. All of them.
So I sold one of those for half of that price. And nope, wrong one.
But it probably would be a good idea to at least do a number of them, at least to get yourself leveled up a bit.
Yeah. Well, I love doing side quests. That was my problem with another RPG.
The world's just too dangerous these days not to keep a weapon at
Yeah.
Yeah, those are a bit big.
And why, if we're doing any RPGs on this, any other RPGs on this channel, I'll be the one playing it. So that if there's any leveling or stuff I need to do, I can do it in between recordings.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, there's only one night a week we get together for this.
Right.
And it's only for a couple hours, whereas I could deal with grinding for an entire day if I wanted.
Oh, yeah.
I was actually contemplating maybe we could just do that with Xenoblade. I could just do a full-on playthrough of the
session
game.
And then cut out, like, all but the funnest 10 minutes of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we get over to Aerith's house, and Aerith's mom is like, didn't I tell you to leave my daughter at home?
And then all of a sudden, it was crazy. Everything on the walls fell off. I really felt it. There's a crack in our floor too.
So you were saying maybe there's a moderate distance that they can stay away from it and still be fine.
I mean, this is probably far enough that they would have been fine. I
Right.
mean, it looks like it fell mostly straight down.
But after the September 11th attacks, New Yorkers found tiny little pieces of random items on their roofs and stuff. Like all of Lower Manhattan had
I'm not surprised.
such bad air quality that New York City firefighters are still dealing with sarcoidosis problems in the force.
Oh my gosh.
And I mean, it was like, so you know Mount St. Helens?
Yeah.
And how there was like inches of ash. It wasn't quite inches of ash, but there was ash all over the entirety of Lower Manhattan for like days.
I would not be surprised.
So I would expect that something of this scale would be similar.
Where's Marlene? Is she here?
Barrett.
Yeah, calm down, Barrett. Wow.
He just barged in this
random woman's house. You're like, where's my son?
Marlene's my little girl. Marlene, she's got short hair. She's cute as a button, with the heart of an angel. She was wearing, pink. She was wearing a pink dress today.
Upstairs.
Nice.
Oh.
Now, what about your daughter, Elmira? He doesn't know the meaning of
I want
quiet.
to see her too. Come on, let's go look in on her.
But what about your daughter?
Keep it down. Don't wake her.
Because you did tell me, don't spend any more time with my daughter, and then I didn't, and then she just ran away with me, and now she's like dead or something, so...
Now she's captive.
Sorry about that, but like...
Maybe you should join your friend upstairs.
And you're just not going to talk at all about that?
She will.
All right.
Marlene.
Here she is.
My baby. Thank God.
Shinra has my daughter now.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm the one who asked her to go get Marlene. We'd only just met, but she was so kind and helpful. I took advantage of her.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's still Shinra's
It was
fault.
only a matter of time before she ended up back there.
Well, we're going to get her back now, or what?
Ancient. That it?
So she told you about that.
No, we just pieced it together.
She must trust you all a great deal.
I mean, she probably does.
Yes, Aerith is an ancient. Probably the last one living.
So, her dad's an ancient, or
Shot my daughter.
what? Oh.
Not by blood, I mean. If that's what you were wondering.
Story time.
Aerith, you're adopted. Shh.
About 15 years ago. My husband, he'd been shipped off to fight on the front lines. But then I received a letter saying he'd be home for a bit. So when the day came, I went to the station to meet him. But he didn't come. I couldn't help fearing the worst, even then. But I told myself his leave must have been postponed, that he'd been delayed. Every day I went, to wait and to pray. And that's how I met her, her and her mother. I thought maybe they'd run away from Wall Market, or that they were topsiders fallen on hard times. I'd seen that sort of thing a lot. Take Aerith somewhere safe. Those were her mother's dying words.
Why did she die, though?
My husband had been away for so long, and I was lonely. So I convinced myself the safest place for the girl was with me. It took no time at all for her to start feeling like family. She was a real chatterbox. She told me strange stories. Like how she and her mother had escaped from some sort of facility. And how she wasn't sad because her mother had just returned to their planet.
Their planet, huh? Yeah, that sounds about right.
I didn't understand any of it at the time. When I asked if she meant one in the sky, she said no. This one, right here. I mean, what can you say to that?
From what I can tell, take Mother Nature to a whole new literal concept.
Oh yeah, a whole nother force of nature.
Shh. That's what she said to me one day, out of the blue. So I asked her, what's wrong?
A man you really, really loved just died. His heart came a long way to say goodbye. But he couldn't stay because he had to return to the planet.
I didn't believe her, of course. And then, a few days later, I received a letter saying my husband had been killed in action. Things like that. She'd just know. It was a lot to deal with, but we were happy. And then came the knock.
Surprise!
Coming!
This loser.
No! Go away!
Aerith, you know you're not just any little girl. You're a descendant of the ancients.
I had no idea what he meant, so I said, "Who are the ancients?"
They were the original stewards of the planet, whose boundless knowledge and wisdom shall guide us to the promised land.
That doesn't answer any of my questions.
Some believe the promised land to be a myth, others an allegory of sorts. But we take the words of the scriptures at face value and believe it to be quite real. Which is why Shinra would like very much for Aerith to help us—
You're wrong! I'm not an ancient!
But Aerith, even when you're all alone, Don't you hear voices whispering secrets?
Flower Girl. With her ghost.
But all three of us knew that wasn't true. That man knew exactly who Aerith was, where she'd come from, and what she could do.
They knew where she was, but they didn't just take her? Doesn't sound like the Turks I know.
She had to come willingly, otherwise it wouldn't work, they said. That's why, even if they did take her away, I'm sure she's still being treated like a guest. And that they'll send her straight back home.
Not really.
Once they get what they
We'll
need.
see, won't
I
we?
doubt it.
You're not planning anything, are you?
Yeah, we're planning to get
Don't
her.
make things worse than they already are. If I lost her too, I don't know if I could ever. Just don't.
But we gotta.
Cloud. Maybe she's right about this. Maybe they'll let Aerith go when it's all over.
Yeah, sure they
Maybe
will.
We'd be better off waiting a little while.
Let's head back to Sector 7. Got things to take care of. Like checking up on the bar.
Yeah.
I can play darts again.
About that.
No, you can't see it, but Jonathan just made a "no, you're not going to" face.
I could more hear it than see it.